Well, hey there. This is it, people. The big guy is en route. He'll be here tomorrow night, and we're counting down the top 5 horror movies of 2025. Our individual picks, they're happening live. Fuck it, we're doing it live. Fuck it, we're going to do it live. My name is John Draper. I'm fired up for Christmas. Shah, are you ready to drop those 5? I know I got my 5 on it.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm not as fired up as you, man. It sounds like you're gonna give yourself a hernia over there.
Oh yeah.
I am ready for my top 5 though. I have most of them on physical. I should have pulled them on physical so I could show off the thing. So, fuck it.
All right. And B-Show, everybody wants to know about your sweater. Hold on.
It's obviously a Macho Man Randy Savage original.
Dude, look at that.
I love it. It's cool because it's like all around it, almost like twinkling stars. It reminds me of the NAS WrestleMania Challenge with the different colored stars, but It's like Macho Man saying, "Hey, Merry Christmas," you know. Unfortunately, it either doesn't work. Oh yeah, Happy New Year. He doesn't seem like a. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what he would celebrate because he's not super chill.
He's Jewish.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Pretty sure.
I didn't know Pafo. Pafo didn't sound anything.
They might have been raised Jewish. I could have sworn I heard that they were Jewish. I don't know.
It's possible.
You know, but since he's dead, he doesn't celebrate anything. Like, that's what I think. I think the dead don't celebrate. But we are live. And normally we're here on a Thursday day, but we're here on a Tuesday day because Thursday day is Christmas Day. But that shouldn't stop you from going to patreon.com/spitballmedia. Shop for just $5. They can get tons of exclusive content that we put out just for their ears.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a condom costs more than like $5 nowadays. So donate a condom to the 3 of us per month. Oh, yeah. We'll split it in 3. You know, we'll cut it, make it useless, and we'll mail it out to each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
One rubber a month.
B-Show, 1 rubber a month. I think we're worth it.
Now, are rubbers like Lay's potato chips where like the regular is now extra thin? And then the extra thin is now just like you're going to get pregnant if you use it? Is that
Ridges for her pleasure.
Shrinkflation Magnum is now only like this big if you open it up. It's like a fun size. Like, I don't know. I would imagine those fucking assholes. My daughter, dude, we were at the store today, and my daughter grabbed something off the shelf, and it was something she used to buy, like a can of Poppy or something. And it's like one of the mini cans now for the same price as what it used to be. And my 13-year-old kid is starting to understand how this shit's going with inflation.
Jesus Christ. Oh, good
so if
Lord.
my kid can figure it out, yours can. And you can figure out that this is still the best deal in entertainment. $5 a month gets you in the door. Content like you wouldn't believe. Enough content to keep you busy throughout all 8 days of Hanukkah, all 12 days of Christmas, Boxing Day, Wrestling Day, whatever.
Ramadan, Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa. Shah, we got it all there for $5. It's still the banging discount there.
Yeah, we are the United Nations of Patreon. A little bit of everything.
We do. We celebrate everything and nothing. But tonight we're going deep, man. We're doing this top 5. We put it off, and of course we got the Christmas. We got the Christmas Eve tomorrow. Very exciting Boxing Day for Canada. Whatever you celebrate, just enjoy it. And B-Show, who's hanging out with us in the old chat tonight?
Quite a few to start it off. We got Rams fan.
The
Metatron. I think that's what we said we were going to call
Metatron. The voice of God.
Marquise Johns.
Marquise hanging out with us. All right.
We got Donald Q. Stoney Esquire mentioning Shah's live Patreon show that happened today.
That's great.
Yeah.
He's mentioning it live. I see Coke Hogan is in the house.
Yeah, we got Kyle Kazmarski. We got Ryan Keefe.
Ryan.
We got Chris Matthews hanging out.
Oh, the Chris Matthews.
We got Hey Now, Rich Dow.
Hey now, Rich Dow.
And let's see, that's it. Who's in the chat so far? I know there's a few more listening live. Oh, Rich Dow.
What? What's a condom? I wouldn't know either. I would not know.
That's a shoot, brother.
Fuck that. I didn't survive this long. You know, my God. I passed my AIDS test with like a 65 every time. But listen, we're going to get right to the top 5. And Shah's going to be kicking it off. We're going to go Shah, B-Show. I'm going to drop my 5 last. I got to say, any one of my top 3, Shah, I would say. Actually, you know what? I'm lying. Any one of my top 4 could have been my number 1. Any one of them could have been my number 1. Maybe even my number 5.
I was gonna say the same exact thing. I think my top 4, I could rotate them anyway. They're almost all the same. So
yeah,
it was tough, man. This was a tough year, and I watched 20 movies, and I had to leave 10 of them off, and I can't even name one movie that I particularly hated. Other than
that's great though. Actually, that's great. Would you rather watch 45 and hate 9 or 10 of them, or watch 20 of them and go?
Exactly.
Yeah, some of them are great, some of them aren't great, but they were good. I mean, like, it's just an easier sell. But Shah, I have none of us know each other's picks. We do not disclose this earlier just for that purpose.
Should I count down for those who didn't catch the previous 5 real quick, just what our individuals were? Do you want to do that at the end? Just wrap them all up 10-1.
Yeah, maybe we could wrap them all up at the end, or we could even do that on the post or whatever. But Shah, you're gonna drop your number 5 right now. Everyone's waiting.
Yeah, man. My number 5, honestly, man. I mean, this probably could have been my number 1 too, to be honest with you. So my top 5, I mean, any of them could be my number 1. I'm gonna say The Ugly Stepsister, man. Okay. I fucking
my number 6.
Adore this movie. The only movie out of my top 5 that I don't have on physical yet, because it's not released. But if you have not seen The Ugly Stepsister, man, it's on Shudder, and it's one of the most gorgeous movies of the year, I would say. Like, for an independent movie, this blew me away because it looks like it's high budget, man. And it's fucking gruesome. It's pretty gross. You know, I didn't think they would take it to certain places they did, and I'm glad this movie exists. I'm glad this movie exists because it kind of checked off all the boxes for me. You know, period piece. It's almost like body horror. It's super gory. You know, great acting, horror. It's an art house movie, so it checked off like all the boxes that I'm looking for when it comes to these movies. So, number 5 is Ugly Stepsister.
Ugly Stepsister, which B-show, that was my 6 last week.
Yeah,
and it will be making an appearance in a few minutes on my list as well.
Don Stoney wants to know if it's subtitled. Yes, they actually speak multiple language. We've discovered in the film, right, Shah? Wasn't that something we discovered?
I think it was Dutch, right?
They spoke Dutch and possibly German at some point.
Yeah.
I don't think it's all, but it can be found at Shudder, and there is talk that it might be nominated for an Academy Award. We did discuss. We did hear earlier in the week, B-show, that was possible, that they submitted for costumes, or was it for it was technical award? They were technical.
Yeah, and I thought I just saw that it debuted either on Hulu or some other streaming service now.
Oh, you're kidding!
So I can try to find that out, but.
Wait, so it's not a Shudder exclusive anymore. So it'll be get more eyes on it. See, that's why I think Shah, not enough people saw it, because it was a Shudder sort of exclusive in our country.
I take that back. It says, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say you could probably rent it on like Prime, but yeah, I think it was exclusive to Shudder.
It's probably be rented.
Maybe that's what it was, because I see it on Prime, Google, Apple TV for rent. Oh, wow. But I could have sworn either I watched a TikTok, it could have been Chuck, or someone. I thought I saw someone on TikTok say that it was about to get released on some other site and that everyone needed to check it out, which I agree with.
Well, I agree. It was my number 6. It was very close to being my number 5, but it edged out my 5 coming up shortly. B-show, the kids want to hear it. They want to know what your number 5 is.
This one, I don't believe ended up on either of yours in the top 10 yet so far. And I know some people found this week, especially John, with certain aspects. My number 5 was Companion.
Whoa, okay.
That was the Sophie Thatcher, is a
Jack Quaid.
Not to ruin it, but she's basically a
she's a robot hooah.
She's a robot hooah.
Hooah. She's a robot.
I was trying to figure out. I was going to do my Bender impression, but I just couldn't.
She's like Rosie from the Jetsons if they fucked her.
That's right. But she's self-aware. She doesn't know she's a fuck robot. She thinks she has these real memories instead of this pre-programming. And then there's this whole story that I did not expect to come out of it, and I thought Sophie Thatcher was really good. Like,
she's
what really got me, her performance is like where they're coming to the realization that Jack Quaid's character doesn't love her, and that she's just a fuck doll and the fall guy or whatever's going on.
Yeah,
and when she just the emotion on her face and she's crying and it's like, oh my god, I know she's a human, but she's playing an android who is playing human, and the way she's crying and plays it off, she was really, really good.
Yeah, people really dug this movie, B-show, and I just saw better films, And Shah, you didn't dislike it. I was disappointed in the plot. I was led to believe. I thought this was going to be something else that I had set myself up for based on the trailer.
Yeah, no. If we did a top 15, maybe it would have been like a number 15 or something. I didn't hate it, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. I didn't. I was disappointed. Like I was like, oh, I thought this would be different. It's too much of a comedy, you know.
Yeah.
And yet another thing. Now we have a movie about a sex doll where you don't see have sex, and she's fully clothed in sex scenes too. Like I really don't understand that. I
know.
They had like
that would have put it higher up for
scene.
me.
Yeah. Oh, are you kidding? Dude, if this was like an 80s movie with Lena Quigley, she would have been like riding this dude in fucking cars and all this other shit. You know, it's just I don't get the sex scene in the set. I'm done. I don't want to see fully clothed sex scenes anymore.
But what would have also sold it too is if she was doing like the craziest, most disgusting shit, and you're like, why is she like so in love with this dude that she would do this shit? And then you realize, oh, she's a fuck doll. Yeah. That's why. Like there would have been an additional kind of surprise there.
Yeah.
I wasn't so upset with the aspect that I get what she's supposed to be and what we didn't see, and yet it's kind of weird. But I don't know, man. I thought she did a really, really good job.
She's gorgeous, man.
And that's kind of clinched it for me, honestly.
Yeah, like I don't think it would have made a 15. It might have made a 20 for me for sure. But okay, again, these solid picks. I believe my brother Mike had that in his top 5 for 6 for Necromaniacs, which just came
really.
Out. I didn't get to list it. Yeah, he loved it. He thought it was great. He absolutely loved it. But I didn't get to hear their full list. But they have their top 666 available now. My number 5 is a movie I don't think anyone outside of very few insiders saw, which is very strange because that's how I got to see this movie. In the beginning of this year, there were people talking about it in groups and sharing it, and Shudder had grabbed it as an exclusive, and I watched it, and I remember telling the both of you, this is probably right around the time I saw The Monkey in like February, that as of right now, this is the best horror movie I've seen all year, and I think it'll be on my list at the end of the year. I'm talking about the New Zealand import, The Rule of Jenny Penn, starring John Lithgow and Stephen Ray. I'll just give you guys the soft plot here. Stephen Ray and John Lithgow are in a convalescent home for senior citizens, and John Lithgow has a hand puppet known as Jenny Penn, and he uses this to torment and physically assault and potentially rape in the fucking old age home in brutal fashion. And very few people, Shah, saw this movie, but I saw some other people, like the guy who runs Bloody Disgusting and had it in his top 5. I mean, it's that good of a movie.
Yeah, this is kind of a blind spot for me, man, to be honest with you. I totally forgot about this movie.
We watched the
completely
trailer.
Remember it.
Banging.
No, I remember it now. Now that you kind of read the synopsis, I do
it's
remember
crazy.
it. I just
completely
forgot about it.
Yeah. And Bisha, I just remember telling you guys that like it's so awful. Like this character is so terrible. And the fact that it's like an 80-year-old John Lithgow doing this indie New Zealand movie, like, you know, for shits and gigs, but he's doing it as if he's going for some Tony. Like I swear to God, dude. And Bisha, would you mind terribly just pulling the review for this on Rotten Tomatoes? Because I guarantee you it's a scorcher. But this is on Shudder, and it's about an hour and 40 minutes. It's a pretty easy hour and 40 minutes to get through. If you have
this is one of the ones that I regret not seeing this year, and it just seemed like every time I wanted to sit down and see it, I thought of a different movie.
Yeah,
because like there's another movie. I think it was in my bottom 5, Ash. Just the style of it, I wanted to check out.
Yeah,
but like there was always something that came up. 72% critic score, 55% audience.
72 critics, 55. That's a big swing. But it's it's very smart. It's very sharp, and it's graphic. Like he does graphic shit, like with the puppet, and then Stephen Ray is having like visions of the puppet coming to life. There's a giant version of the puppet. It looks amazing.
This is saying Jeffrey Rush.
Jeffrey Rush. I kept saying Stephen Ray. I always confuse these two actors. I don't know why. Probably because I haven't seen either of them in something in like 20 years. But Jeffrey Rush is an Academy Award nominated actor, as is Lithgow. But it's all old people. Crazy movie. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. The Rule of Jenny Penn. Easily one of the best horror films. Don Stoney's like nursing home rape, pretty niche stuff. Dude, and the puppet is like, he's like making the puppet do things. Like, it's just so gross. Like, he's awful. And Lithgow's like so good. He's just so good. But that's
I will take my puppet. I will take my puppet and shove him up your ass.
He has an English accent in this. Like, you know,
really?
So he's like a Cockney, like, you know, who roos Jenny Pan? Say Jenny Pan roos with his puppet hands. And the puppet's amazing. Like, it's just fucking gross. The whole concept is so crazy because Jeffrey Rush is a prominent judge who's wealthy but like a curmudgeon who has a stroke and finds out his insurance is so bad he has to go to a state-run convalescent home, like with poor, like downtrodden people.
I'm glad this is just fiction and this doesn't happen.
It's fucking brilliant. It's really like I'm underselling it. I think you both would be like so many like you see him forcing this old woman to like take her robe off, and he's like, Jenny says take the robe off, and then like Jeffrey Rush comes in and stops it at the last. It's so awful, and I'm like, what the fuck is Lithgow doing? Like, he's John Lithgow. He's a fucking super famous guy.
I can't wait to see this thing, man.
Dude, it's so good. No, yeah, I'm underselling it. If you saw it, you'd be like, what the fuck? They got to remake this or something with like an American version. It's just too smart. You know, they have like a clash. Like, he decides, and dude, it's like a fucking revolt in the nursing home. Like, Lithgow tries to, because he bullies everybody, he tries to get other people to help him. They plot to kill Lithgow. Like, they're gonna murder him.
Wow.
And they're old, and a lot of them are in wheelchairs, and they're really old. You know, fucking brilliant, awfully uncomfortable, hard to watch at certain times. The Rule of Jenny Penn, my top 5. Shah, you're number 4. We need that 4th pick.
Yeah, might be a surprise to you, man. I recently watched this, and it kind of blew me away. I don't know if I would consider it necessarily a horror, but I mean, it's like it's a thriller. I would say it's on the cusp of horror, and it's Stephen King's The Long Walk. I just watched this last week.
Oh, you just watched it?
Yeah, I just watched it. Yeah.
Wow.
It's a very bleak movie. It takes place like in a dystopian aftermath of like war, and the economy has collapsed, which feels like almost like right now. So it's kind of terrifying. Basically, to sum it up, what they do is they get one boy from each state every year. It's almost like The Running Man in a sense. You know, they almost have this like competition that's televised, and they have them walking for days and days, man. And they can only walk, I think, like 3 miles per hour. So they're walking very slow.
They have to walk at least 3 miles an hour.
Yeah. And then, they give them warnings, and if they slow down, they get executed on the spot. And it's all televised, man. And I don't know, man. It was
pretty brutal, right?
Pretty fucking brutal, man. Heartbreaking too, man. I felt really bad. I wasn't expecting for it to be like an emotional movie necessarily. You know, I thought it's gonna be more of a fun movie, and it was not.
No, there's nothing fun about it at all. My brother Mike also had that in his top 5 as well. I don't know why I keep bringing him up because I know they aired it B show, but it is to me it's horror B show because the premise is so awful. Like, it's just and they graphically shoot these kids in the face most of the time. I don't know why the face.
How do they choose the kids? Is it a random lottery?
Lottery.
Troubled.
You enter a lottery. You enter.
Yeah, and they get a cash prize, and they get granted one wish if they win. But the other 49 get executed. So
yeah.
How is Mark Hamill? Because he's the heavy in this movie, right?
He's not in it that much, but he's okay, Shah, right? Like, he's not in it that much. He's a big part of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, overall, everybody was pretty decent in this movie, but he wasn't a big part of the movie.
What did you think of Hoffman's son, Philip Seymour Hoffman's son, Cooper there? He was good, huh?
Yeah, I didn't even know that was his son until like afterwards, and then I was like, oh, obviously, I can see the resemblance now.
He's built and talks like his father.
Yeah,
and Shah, that other kid was the kid from Aliens. Was the robot in Alien.
I didn't know that. I didn't make that connection. But yeah, Seymour's son, man, that's kind of awesome. I love seeing like 2nd generation and 3rd generation actors. Yeah. Especially since his father, man, he was like one of my favorite. He's so fucking underrated, dude.
Yeah.
You know.
His father was like a Brando type. Like, he was everything. He was there. B-Show, you got to see this movie because I'll say this too. I think this is one of the best movies of the year that I saw. When I saw it, like, it's actually one of my favorite films of the year, like my top 5 favorite films. And anyone who's seen it, B-Show, just everyone says this about this movie. Everyone who sees it.
Yeah, I mean that's another blind spot too, because not only did I not see the Rule of Jennypet, I didn't see this one, and then there's like Bone Temple, and I want to say there's one or two others that I really wanted to see that just did not, like Keeper.
Keeper and Shelby Oaks. I need to see Shelby Oaks, Keeper, and the Black Phone 2, which I just got today. I just haven't had time to watch it, but I do have it now.
Well, I was living in Black Phone 2 when you see it, Shah, with the winter where I was. It was literally reminded me of Black Phone 2. Like it's almost identical. Like it really, really was. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, Long Walk is one of the best films of the year, period. And I'm glad you got to see it. B, your number 4, as it were.
Number 4 is one that wound up, I think, number 8 for John. It's one that we talked about and had a lot of anticipation for. A little bit of I think we thought the physicality was lacking, but for some reason this story resonated with me a lot. That is Together. That's the codependent enmeshment, literally and figuratively, movie with Brie, what's her name? Alison Brie and Dave Franco.
Dave Franco.
Dave
Franco. Dave Franco. Hi, Davey. Dave Franco. Yeah, it's a banger. I mean, I'll always wonder why this underperformed. I don't think this B show was like its box office. I maybe had something to do with the fucking scandal. I don't fucking know. Like, honestly, because Neon was pushing that movie hard. And we were very intrigued by it, if you remember B show. And like, I went and saw it opening weekend. I was like, oh, this movie's going to do great. My brother saw it opening weekend. Same thing. Said the same thing. Just flatlined.
I have a hard time anymore trying to keep my finger on the pulse of why things fail and why things are successful. Like, I don't know anyone personally who's talking about Avatar and it just made like $97 bajillion. Like, I've seen nothing on social media other than like advertisements.
Right.
I've seen nothing but like, hey, James Cameron's talking about this movie that he's made, you know?
Right.
That's the only thing I've seen is press. I haven't seen really anyone in our circles talking about this movie, and it's like the biggest movie of the weekend. So as far as this movie, I have no idea. I think maybe it was one of those movies where it was not art house enough to be popular with art house people, and it wasn't mainstream enough to be popular in the mainstream. It was somewhere in the middle, neither fish nor fowl. Yeah. But either way, I thought the effects, other than one scene, were really good. I like the concept of it with, we've talked about this, the cult and...
Oh, yeah.
We did a pretty extensive review on this movie when it first came out, but their relationship going into the big move and the fact that she was kind of a cunt to him and undercut him, but he was also a failure to launch and stringing her along, and now they're going to move for an opportunity for her, and you got to see the relationship play out enmeshment style before they're actually sticking together.
Yeah.
And there's one scene that was really uncomfortable to start everything off is when he's got to have her. And then they physically stick together for the first time, and he
that was great.
Get out of her.
Yeah.
And then you just watch it pull and like snap back into place like a rubber band. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a good scene, actually. Yeah, Shah, remember like when we were watching this trailer, Neon, we were like, oh boy, this is the new substance. It was not the new substance.
No, not at all. Actually, I watched Together twice this year. I'll just get into it now because it's my number 3, man. So
wow!
I
didn't get to my 4.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we'll count mine as the next time around because there's no way to comment on it twice. This movie is so fucking underrated. I thought it was so good.
Yeah,
the underground, the idea of the underground like church, like that was like very fucking creepy and unique to me. I just wish the cult was a little bit
fleshed out.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But it was a great movie, man. It was a great movie, and I thought the ending was. So it had a little bit bad CGI when they're kind of meshing together. It looks a little funky, but overall, it was a fucking great movie. Like I had a great time watching this.
I would like to see a non-rated version of that movie. Actually, I bet there's some stuff that didn't cut there. But
a lot of comedy in there too. Did you notice that? There's a lot of comedy,
like the Spice Girls song and shit.
Spice Girls thing at the end was pretty funny. Yeah, give it some levity for the big scene. Mm-hmm. That's fast. So that is your number 3. I'm going to just throw my number 4 out here now, simply because I'm the only one here who saw it, much like my number 5. This is a much maligned film that I now see more people watching digitally going, this is the horror movie of the year. I can't believe I was listening to critics. I can't believe this. I can't believe that. I'm talking about Osgood Perkins' Keeper. is my number 4. And I got to tell you, there are a handful of moments in this movie that I know the two of you will lose your fucking mind. There's like 3 or 4 scenes where you just go, the fuck is that? Like you just want to scream. And I will tell you, when you see it, guys, when you do see this film, you will immediately say, had I had seen this, this would have been in my top 5 B-show, like for sure.
Again, as I mentioned, that's another blind spot. That's another what the fuck trailer that we watched where it's like, I have to see this. Yeah. The weekend I was supposed to go out to see it, I didn't make it for some reason. But, you know, say what you want about the
Don Stoney saw Keeper. Very few people seen it. He said it would have been my top 5. Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Has to be.
You know, and I like the chick. She played She-Hulk, although I didn't like her in She-Hulk. I think she's fine.
She's great.
She's good in The Monkey as the
she's
ant
good in The
or
Monkey.
whatever.
Yeah, she's got chops. She's, you know, she's fine in this. She's fucking great. Shah, this is a movie, like I said, high on the art, high on the you know, you got to get invested. They don't tell you anything, nothing till the last 10 to 12 minutes of the movie. Nothing. They give you nothing.
Yeah. I feel like if I watched this movie, this may have been in my top 3, if not like my number 1. Just judging off the trailer, because like the trailer, I was like, "Fuck, this movie is right up my alley." Like,
yeah,
you know, this Keeper and The Carpenter's Son with Nicolas Cage.
Oh, I really want to. Very few people.
They're both streaming, so you can rent them for like $5. So I think I'm gonna watch. That sounds
like a great Christmas movie, The Carpenter's Son. I should probably rent that.
I'm gonna watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like who needs to watch The Holdovers?
Well, here's an interesting note. I just looked up a comparison between the opening box office for Keeper versus Together. And it says Keeper only opened with $2 million, but Together opened for 11.
Well, Keeper got bad reviews fast. Everyone said this is the first big miss for Osgood Perkins. Together got very good reviews. Excellent.
Dude, $2 million is crazy.
Crazy.
On a budget of 6.
Wow, it's only a $6 million movie though, Shah. Fuck.
Damn. Do you think he's even going to be able to do movies next year? They might sit him down.
He's already got one in the bag. I think they think we're going to get a trailer for it in the winter.
Yeah, 2 this year, man. They might sit his ass down and be like, "Hey, man, we fucking spent $6 million on this."
I'm so excited for you guys to see this movie because the payoff is big, but the getting there, B-show, is like they're testing you because you know something's off about this situation, but you don't know what it is, and you're never gonna know what the fuck it is. You never guess it.
Is it testing you in regard to like Beyond the Black Rainbow, where it just takes so long to finally get there that you lose your patience, or is it like making
no, because Beyond the Black Rainbow had that the selling point was the '70s style, the synth wave. They gave you all these little goody little things. This is just it's like watching a play. It's like watching a play. I don't even think there's 6 speaking parts in the whole movie. I would be hard pressed to say there's more than that. Maybe 5. Actually, yeah, there's 5 speaking parts in the whole movie.
Wow.
And there's very few people in this movie. Very few. I'm telling you, the art delivers. He delivered big time on this with me. I get why people won't like it, but that fucking last like 15 minutes is so fucking awfully crazy. You got fucking a rolling head running around. There's a woman with a bag on her fucking head like this. It's just like you're just seeing like these visuals and you don't know what they're tying to. And you see all these other women and you don't know what they're tying to. And it to me, it pays off at the end. It's fucking bananas. I hate that this failed. It didn't deserve it.
To your point, without giving away plot, ending, anything like that.
Yeah, because they would just kill you.
Can you describe why you say you understand why people wouldn't like it?
Yes, because I live in an era now where half, if not 3/4 of people are actively on their phone while watching anything. And you cannot do that with this movie like this. You have to invest. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to invest. That's really what it comes down to. Like Shah, I think you would have no problem investing in these people because you know there's a reason. Like, you know, but I think a general audience is so lazy and shiftless that they can't wait for that 15-minute shot. They need it now.
Yeah, I never really struggle with like slow burn movies. I find myself getting invested in those actually a lot easier than like a movie like Final Destination, even though I love that movie.
Yeah.
But these slow burn, like, art house films, that's right up my alley. That's like my favorite genre. So,
yeah. Well, you're going to do yourself a huge favor when you watch this film because it's great, and I had to put it in my top 5. It pushed out. This How Ugly Stepsister got pushed out, actually, more or less. But that is my number 4. B, we're going to go to your number 4 since we now know your number 3, because we already know Shah's number 3, and then we'll go to mine.
Yeah, my number 3 for those trying to keep track at home. Ugly Stepsister. That's where it landed.
Oh, wow. A lot of love from this network.
I don't know what it was. If it was one of those movies where like everything came together at once. It was some of the performances, the sound design was big for me on this movie because it was that could have made or broke the movie for me because of the way they integrated everything in with the bones and the nose and the sewing the eyebrows and the tapeworms and shit we've talked about. Like, that really took it to a new dimension for me, for lack of a better phrase. The look of it, like I think we talked about this last week when you dropped it, John, was it doesn't look like a low budget movie.
No.
But it's a low budget movie. It looks like a very classy, very stylized, very good, well performed film that really betrays what its budget is. It was a cut above for so many ways. In regard to even what his budget was. I just was really impressed with this movie. I liked it. I wanted to like this movie, but I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. So,
yeah, it's interesting. Like, I'll ask you both this real quick. Shah, why did this movie work so well when, like, it kind of really is like a Jane Austen movie, like Pride and Prejudice. Like, it really is almost like a Disney / Jane Austen period piece. But it's complementing, like the horror is complemented by it so much. Like, I can't put my finger on why it's so good. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's the meshing of different subgenres of horror all in one. It kind of makes it like a unique movie, which is what I liked about, movies like Midsommar, where they're mainly taking place during the daytime, and movies like that really, really stand out to me because for the most part, you just named Keeper. I haven't seen it, but for the most part, most of the scares look like they're taking place in the dark. And that's what I'm used to with horror. So movies like this really stand out to me personally. But I also think it's because people went into it not expecting it to be as extreme as it was. And it kind of probably went a little viral. I'm not sure if it did or not, but I'm not on TikTok, but I know TikTok, a lot of horror movies, they get clipped and they go viral from there and, get a large following. So, hopefully more people watch it once it gets like a wider release, because I really think this movie is super, super underrated, dude. Like, this is.
Yeah. Yeah. And Bisho, the fact that it even is in the short list for some type of technical foreign Academy Award is fucking bananas, man.
It is. And I think part of the charm of the movie too is, even though, and Rams fan asked if it was, some sort of dark fairy tale, it is, but it avoids all the gimmickry of like your fairy godmother type of shit. It forgets all of that stuff. That's all off to the side. There's no pumpkin changing into a carriage. There's no blah, 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 blah.
No.
There's just this ugly sister who the mother is trying to push and foist upon the prince because they want, what happened? Like, they were rich and then the guy died that they married and they lost the dowry and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, they're in dire straits financially and they need this money. So she's trying to get married off, but she's the ugly stepsister. And they're doing everything they can, sewing her eyelashes in. She's taking shit to make herself, not eat. And then finally at the end, when the slipper physically doesn't fit, they literally show her chopping her fucking feet up to fit in the slipper. Yeah. And it's not even like it's going to work at all. It is complete desperation. It is complete. The ship has already sailed, but she's still so fucking crazy and desperate.
There's
to make
also,
this work.
You forgot the semen scene. There's some fun with semen.
In the barn?
Yeah.
I forget the context of that other than they're fucking, but.
Yeah, no, Shah, don't they have like a cum scene? Like from. Like they do something with like, they show it or something. I don't know. They segue the ejaculating scene into something else. It's so bananas.
I don't know, man. That part's escaping me, man.
Remember, she caught the sister. The sister that was supposed to get married was
it was Cinderella, right?
Cinderella. Yeah, well, they don't say that, but she's in there getting banged out by the stable boy, and like, yeah, like that's a part of it. Like that's part of the.
It doesn't transition into like a dinner scene where something splatters or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I know they transition.
I don't.
Something.
Yeah, I don't remember like straight cum, man.
I feel. No, there was just so many other things happening in that movie. I'd have to go back and check it out again. I knew there was something, like there was some, because the mother, like, doesn't the mother catch Cinderella, the Cinderella character, getting fucked by the stable boy in the thing? And that's how the ugly stepsister gets promoted to the ball. Like, I feel like that's part of it.
No, I thought Cinderella was a cunt because her family was rich or something like that. Yeah, because I think she came from the family they were marrying into, but then like they lost the money because the guy died, and she was a cunt to them before or something like that.
Yeah, like she inherited that. No, she inherited one of the daughters. It's a stepmother like type situation, and then she's getting, the mom has to whore herself out to anybody. It's just like, oh my god, dude, it just never ends.
Yeah, that scene was really gross at the party too, when like the mom's trying to hook up with the prince and shit. You know?
Oh yeah.
After the stepsister's done everything to like mangle herself, now the stepmom wants to get at him.
And then that bleak ending where they just like leave, and she's got the half a foot, and she just fucking leaves. It's like,
get on your horse and ride out of town.
Yeah, right, Shah. It's just like no happy ending. Fuck you.
No, yeah, this movie, it's very bleak ending, man. This movie does not shy away from leaving you grieving. But
I'm sure it's on a lot of top 10s, top 5s for sure.
I hope so.
I would imagine so, but that's a great. So we have your 3, and then we have. So now I have to give my third pick.
Yes.
Yep.
And then we're catching up to the terrible 2s. My third pick. I knew this movie, was going to be on my list as soon as it ended. I had told, I think, these guys that, oh my God, this totally delivered. I was excited about this movie because I felt that there was a lot of hype. And this movie was a hype machine movie, but it delivered. And I'm talking about my number 3, which is The Long Walk. It totally delivered. But this had a lot of hype on it. There was so much talk, Shah, around the 2 male leads and their relationship and how they carry this movie. And, of course, one of them being the son of, a fucking legend, Academy Award-winning actor who left us way too soon. And the other one being this up-and-coming, actor from the UK, who a lot of us just saw really from the most recent Aliens, playing the synth. What was his name? I forget his name in it, but a lot of people really enjoyed that performance. I thought it was a great performance, and I thought that his performance in this movie, Shah, is possibly Academy Award-worthy.
Yeah, for sure. And to be honest with you, man, I think that's what largely caught me off guard about this movie was I didn't know. I didn't know it had those undertones as far as like the human connection and the friendship and all that. I just thought this was going to be like a fucking torture movie, essentially. People get assassinated for an hour and a half straight. I didn't realize it was going to, have different levels to it. So, yeah, I mean, again, it was in my top 5. I didn't expect it to be in my top 5, to be honest with you, man. I was debating it, and then I watched it, and I was like, oh shit, like this is not what I was expecting, Yeah, Ram Sen, yeah. Number 3.
Yeah. Shah had given his 3 already, so I had to give my 3. So my number 3 pick was The Long Walk. B-Show, I think when you see this movie, although the hype is very real, and you obviously know the context of the movie, you're gonna feel like you didn't know anything as you watch it, like because it's so layered.
Well, I mean, I think that's the thing too, is it seems very straightforward, but it sounds like there's more depth to it than that meets the eye. And that was another thing that I found I was trying to wrap my head around, is like if you watch a movie like The Running Man, those are prisoners that they're sending to fight for their freedom. This sounds like it's just people fighting for a better opportunity, which is even more bleak and even more like traumatic, that it's just, here's these kids from states that are just trying to find a better life, and they're forced to walk against 49 other people who are going to die for, whatever money and stuff. So I'm really interested. It's just another one of those movies I didn't get to this year.
Yeah. Yeah, and Shot was written by J.T. Mulliner, who directed and wrote Strange Darlings, and it was directed by the Black Phone dude, the dude who did Black Phone. I always forget his name. I'm pretty sure. But Shah, how did you like those kill scenes? Pretty intense.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was going to be a brutal movie just because obviously the concept, but I was walking into it expecting to be let down a little bit, similar to like Civil War. This kind of reminded me of that. Same kind of vibes, but this fucking delivered, dude. I mean, this was a gross movie, man. All the kills were pretty fucking brutal. Like you mentioned, like a lot of, a lot of shots to the face, no cum, not in that way, but
Yeah, not facials.
A lot of semen tonight, apparently.
So how about that first one? That was a rough one. The first one.
Like fuck, most of them were rough, dude.
They were all rough.
Pretty fucking rough all around.
Yeah, B-Show, they're rough. You don't see 49 people getting shot in the face, but you see enough. You know what I mean? And all of them are very graphic executions.
Well, see, that would be my concern is, if I'm writing, not to say I'm a JT Molnar level writer and shit, but okay, if you're telling me 49 people have to die by gunshot, and you how do you keep it original? How do you keep the tension? You figure after a while it becomes a little old hat, but
there's a very significant scene that cleans a lot of that up, right, Shah? There's that one scene in particular where the field gets cleared out a little bit.
Yeah, you definitely got to see this, man. I would recommend anybody to see this. And I think Ugly Stepsister, those are the two that I think a lot of people haven't seen this year. That you should absolutely check out. Is this and Ugly Stepsister? Yeah, we're making and Together, man. Together, fucking damn near made my top two, man. I was debating. Yeah, Together was right up there. So.
Yeah, well, it made my top 10. I did enjoy it, but now we're getting up to the final two. The last two. We got two left. Two of them. Two's good. Give me two. Two's good. Shot, you're number 2. This is as close to number 1 as it gets.
Yeah, so my number 2 is kind of like a supernatural possession movie. It has some roots to the occult, art house film, a little bit of everything. It is none other than A24's Bring Her Back.
Nice.
This could have been number 1 also, like I mentioned, pretty much my whole top 5. I could have rotated either way. This movie, man, fucking creepy as hell. Really creeped me out, the mom, the idea of going to this foster home and this crazy bitch is involved with the occult and she's obsessed with bringing her daughter back and, just unresolved grief, which is, a common theme in A24 movies. I feel like almost every single horror movie they've released revolves around trauma and grief. That's pretty much what they're doing. And she's trying to undo her daughter's death, and I won't spoil it, but it's fucked. It's a complete fucked movie. Great acting all around. Very, very violent, specifically that one knife scene. It's a pretty brutal movie, man. So I would highly recommend this one as well.
Yeah, and it is on HBO Max currently, B-Show. It's been on there for about a month or so, and it's from the directors of Talk to Me, the two deathmatch brothers.
The Philippou brothers? Is that
Philippou brothers.
Yeah, and actually that's my number 2. Bring Her Back.
Well, that's my number 2 too. So let's just get that out of the way.
All right.
B-Show, go ahead. You run with it there for a bit.
I tell you what, man, this was a movie that I dreaded watching because of the subject matter.
Brutal.
Obviously, from the trailer and from the title, you kind of have an idea of what's going on to an extent. However, the performances were so well done, especially the mom.
Yeah. Sally Hawkins killed it.
Yeah, she's awesome. And it, for some reason, as gross as the subject material was and the visuals and the concept, for some reason, I wasn't as grossed out by it as I have been other movies that deal with certain stuff like this. Mm-hmm. So that really redeemed it for me. It was very well done. Performances were very well. And just that the last scene with Sally Hawkins, I'm not going to ruin it, but you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Just, oh my God, gut wrenching. I think that, to me, finishing her story on that point. It wasn't the gross shit. It wasn't the rituals. It wasn't the knife scene. It wasn't the gross stuff and the harm of, the potential harm or threatened harm of kids. It was the last scene, which was very human, after she'd done these monstrous things.
Yeah.
That really brought it home and made it I would say relatable, but like human and physical and tangible. and it just was really, really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this could very easily have been number one. I think had another movie not kind of beaten it out. I don't know anyone who has seen this that has not said this is one of the best horror movies of the year. It does have everything. Like Shah, it has cults, it has graphic violence, it has a very original story, has great acting. I love the pacing of this movie. It's building suspense. You know something's wrong with this woman, but you don't know what's wrong with her, and you don't know why she's doing this to this older boy and favoring this younger girl. We haven't figured that out yet. And Shah, that opening with the cult, with the VHS thing, is so insane. Like I wanted to live in that just a few more minutes. Like, the fat guy in his underwear and all this other shit. Like, it's just fucking strange, right? Like, it's just like you don't know what you just signed up for in the first few minutes of this movie.
Yeah, I do. Sounds weird to say this, but I do wish that they explored the naked old cult guy a little bit more, so we could have like a background story of like what the fuck are we watching?
Like why are they naked? Yeah. I would have liked a little bit more meat on that, on the cult.
Do you think we're gonna get a sequel? Because I mean, Bring Her Back. I mean, Talk to Me got a sequel coming up.
I think Talk to Me was a lower budget and made more money, and I think that's why. I think this was definitely a higher budget film. I don't know why I feel that way. I think because Sally Hawkins is an Academy Award nominated UK actress. I don't think she did this for peanuts. If she did, she did. I don't know. I think the budget on this might have been a little higher than the previous movie. But, Bisho, this is interesting now because these kids, this is their first two films. They're very different. I think the movies are very different. But I think I saw growth from the first film to this film in a very, very big way.
Yeah, because the first one, it's kind of weird. The first one is easier to serialize because you have the gimmick of the possessed hand.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about whether you're going to see a sequel to this one versus Talk to Me, I think it's easier to sequelize Talk to Me because there's more of a gimmick that can translate to other people. You've already seen what happens with Bring Her Back, so like the next movie would be either rehash or you have to figure out something else to do, which is weird because even though this one is much more layered and much more well done, I feel like I want to see more from these guys and I want to see what they're capable of because, like you said, to go from Talk to Me is, I hate to say, very standard teenage coming-of-age horror movie fodder where there's a gimmick and a cool story and there's some trauma and maybe some drug use. The next one was completely different and a completely different animal. So now it's like, okay, now what the hell else are you guys going to do next? So, no, I agree with you. There's a lot more development with between the first story to the second one, a lot more strengths, a lot more, and then the attention to detail with like the way they compose some of the shots with the imagery of the pool when they're pulling out from that 1,000-foot view. There's just a lot more, I don't want to say care or high-end composition and arranging of imagery than in the first one that I noticed.
Yeah. Shah, you said, Talk to Me doesn't really hold up for you as well, but did you see a lot of growth between these two films from these guys?
I would say so, absolutely. But their first movie was a banger too. I just think, with Talk to Me, man, I feel like it was a little overhyped because people jumped on that bandwagon and they were saying it's like the horror movie of the year and so on and so forth. And I'm pretty sure that came out 2022?
2022, right? Yeah.
And that was the year where I thought we had like the best fucking horror. I mean, we had it was going up against some biggies. Yeah, I think that was my main beef with the movie was that it was overshadowing all these other films that I thought were better that just weren't really getting any kind of attention from it. And this had surpassed all of them by a landslide. So again, nothing against the movie. I think they came out with a great fucking debut. But this was much better. Like I can absolutely see the growth as far as the being directors. And but I'm excited for the next one, man. Next one's a
Shot. Do they write these movies too, don't they? Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Wow. Jesus. Yeah. B-Show. I mean, wow. That's a lot of. That's a big growth there. I think in the writing. Bring Her Back.
It is, and I want to know who came up with the mechanics of the ceremony, if you know what I mean. Because it wasn't just ooh, some magic stones and blah blah. Let's booga booga booga.
Yeah.
There was a lot more to that. Like,
yeah.
I want to know where they got that from. I have a feeling it's some sort of mythology and ties into different cultures and stuff.
It's a smart ass movie. It's very smart.
Very good.
And
and that's the good thing too. Is like you go into it thinking, okay, first, is this an abusive foster mother situation movie? Okay, great.
Right.
Then it's she's working through her trauma and hates the son. Then it's like this completely other story of what the fuck is going on. It's a great right turn.
It changes. Yeah, it changes.
It does. People loved Oddity, and you and I hated the turns in Oddity because it just seems so out of place.
Yeah.
The turn in this movie made it even more like rich and more and better and more thought
once
out.
Once you figure out like why she's doing all this and what the VHS tape is, you know what I'm saying? Like, holy shit. Totally worth watching. It's available on HBO Max, and it's we all have the same pick. Now listen, I think we should just put the baby out with the bathwater here. Fairly certain we all have the same number one. As far as that goes. And this was probably not a surprise to anyone. But Shah, why don't you kick it off since we were going numerically in that order. But
I think it's very obvious that we all have the same number one.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and say
Kangaroo movie?
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I still Rich Dow's Thunder.
Weapons, man. Absolutely my number one movie of the year. Not just horror movie. I would say it's my number one movie of the year. Just in general. Yeah,
really?
I
would say Warfare.
Yeah, it's my number one.
I
think it's an original take on, because we see a lot of occult movies, right? Like that's my favorite thing in the world now is cults and the occult. This is a different twist on witchcraft, which I really liked. You know what I mean? And I think the character was so fucking just like freaky look. Like I was just like, well, what the fuck am I looking at?
Anne Gladys.
Anne Gladys was,
who is nominated for a Golden Globe.
Instant hit with me, dude. Like as soon as I saw the screen caps that this bitch is the villain in the movie, I was like, oh fuck, I am sold. And it delivered in every aspect. Like I really fucking like this movie. So if you haven't seen Weapons, man, I am telling you, give it a shot. I don't want to overhype it for you, so go into it with an open mind. You might hate it, who knows? But
Rams fan he said he feared this. He's not happy.
Yeah, well, he also hated A24, so I think he might hate a lot of our picks tonight.
My brother begged me to watch it theater, so I was like, "I'm good." Oh, he didn't. Oh, okay. I don't know if he even saw it. B-Show. I mean, this was a movie like when I said I saw it, I was like, I think it's over. Like I don't think we're seeing better than this year.
To me, and I know I watch more mainstream movies, or I guess I gravitate more toward mainstream movies than you guys. You appreciate art house. I mean, I appreciate it, but I don't know. My taste.
I like fart house movies where people fart indoors.
I just mean like sometimes I feel like I could be accused of being kind of a basic bitch at times with movies I gravitate toward, but Weapons seemed to have enough of everything for me. It was a little bit occult. It was a little bit social commentary. It was a big enough budget movie where it looked really good and the story flowed really good.
Great acting. Everyone's very good on their toes in that movie.
Yes. And even like little things like timing. Like when you're watching the movie, certain things drag, certain things don't, but like there's a flow and a feel and a rhythm to the movie that doesn't betray other parts of it. And I think when they break it up and they tell the different parts of the story and then interconnect it later on, there may be some creative choices that maybe people could disagree with. And I know there's a lot of people who are upset about the gun commentary, and it's like, whatever.
Oh, the gun. Like what was the image of the gun and the.
Yeah, and people have, even though he denies it, which he's going to, it was, the Senate Bill 217 not passing or something like that. But
okay.
But who knows? Because if you watch that movie, there's no reason Brolin should be led to that specific house.
Right.
But he comes upon it in the dream because of that, because of seeing that beacon. And then he figures out the map and where they're going. So, like, it's a little surreal. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to ask you guys, can you explain the gun thing to me? Because I always missed that in the movie. I didn't understand.
I thought it was a red herring. I didn't know, like, I think remember, it's a dream. Dreams aren't fluid. Dreams aren't linear. Like, you know.
Yeah, but what did it symbolize? Like, why the machine gun above the house? Like, I didn't really
The danger?
get that.
Maybe the danger in the house? I
Like,
don't
but
know.
the name of the movie is Weapon, so it's got to be deeper than that, you
Right,
know?
but
Like,
we discovered like where that came from when the sheriff was saying, you know, the way those kids, they didn't just walk out, they ran at us. It's almost like Josh Brolin says it's like they were aimed in that direction, like someone is using them as some type of weapon. And then, you know, obviously she got to use people as weapons because that's what her magic does. Um, this is such a fucking great movie. And by the way, bring her back. I think these two punch for punch. I think we could have flipped them all around, and we would have been. No one would have batted an eyelash.
Yeah,
That's
I struggle with that.
That's how strong I think that is. You know, bring her back is. But you know, this was look. This movie had a lot of hype because of Barbarian, because Barbarian was a sleeper hit that was supposed to go to fucking streaming on fucking Stars or some shit, and they decided, let's throw it in like a couple, like, you know, let's just make a deal to get it in theaters, and next thing you know, people are like, what the fucking fuck is this? And then you come to find it's a fucking comedy actor's first fucking movie, who barely anybody knows, who was from a troupe on an MTV show that only I fucking watched, where he wasn't even the star of really that, it was an ensemble. And then he makes a follow-up movie with a knockout cast, Shah, which, keep in mind, that whole cast, with the exception of one person, who was the thief, the teenage thief. He's the only person that was cast in that movie originally that was in that movie. Everyone else was a recast. Every single fucking person was recast. I mean, like, can you imagine? By the way, I think including the Aunt Gladys character. I'm not quoting, but all the principals are recast people. All the major principals are recast.
Yeah, I was unaware of the recasting. I didn't know that at all.
Pedro Pascal was Josh Brolin's character.
Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, yeah. No, I do remember.
Had to pull out because I think of because of COVID reshoots and everything on his other movies. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this was great. Everyone who's seen it was really impacted by this movie. It was a massive success. And of course, the director now is wrapping up his Resident Evil film, which he said is going to be blood and guts. You know, also, B-Show, here's a case where I don't want to compare him to Osgood Perkins. What's his name again, the director? I'm sorry. I always forget his name.
Zach Cregger?
Zach Cregger. Zach Cregger, actually, because Osgood Perkins was an actor, too. They were actors and became directors. Yeah, but and they write their. Jack Cregger also writes his own shit, by the way. So take that in perspective. But Bisho, here's a thing where could have been a sophomore jinx, could have been that's the guy who made that one good movie, and then he made that movie and it sucked. That movie. Like, I don't hear anyone talking about his previous movie anymore.
No, and that's a great point, because if you go just based off of Barbarian, that's the type of movie where people could have not accepted that twist, and it could have been seen as a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Real easily. And then to go from that to this, and there was still a twist, but it was really good. It was some comedy to it, but still good. I don't know, man. I'm glad. I want to see where he can go from this, too, because where Osgood Perkins, I was not as big a fan of The Monkey. Really big fan of this movie, obviously. And I think another reason why this movie worked so well is you had great performances, you had great composition, great ideas, and even if there were some things that were put in there, you know, for eccentricities or whatever, social commentary, the one thing I like, someone had said on Facebook after, I think, our review, it was like, I can't believe everyone just acted like social media and the news wouldn't have picked up on this story. And
That's
it's like,
the fucking point.
We talked about it, because down to the teachers not wanting to go to the kid's house, the principal saying don't get involved, the one teacher who sees there's a problem and everyone else does this.
Yeah,
that's where we're at right now.
And that's the one who was getting blamed. Yeah, and that was the one who was getting blamed.
And that's what happens. Anyone who's ever been a black sheep, whether at work or at friends or family, if you're the black sheep, you're the one who calls out horse shit that you see, and everyone goes, "No, it's not. Everything's fine. The emperor's clothes are great," and you're like, "No, his cock's hanging out," and you're the problem. So that's what happened. And even if you want to tie it to the gun thing or the legislation, it's like, yes, this movie could be about a number of things. Probably is about certain stuff. but the story was told in such a way that it wasn't strategically like this is about gun violence. This is about
Yeah, I don't
school
think this is about gun
massacres.
violence at all. I think this was just a horror film that he wrote that he wanted to put a cool character and witchcraft in that no one saw coming. And Shah, by the way, I just want to get this out of the way. When you learned that this was, because no one knew what the plot was. We thought it was aliens. We thought it was like a cult. We thought it was, maybe a mental breakdown. I actually thought it was a gas leak for a minute. I'm like, what if everyone in the town, none of these kids actually existed? Like, like I thought it might go some deeper. The fact that this motherfucker just dropped a witch on you out of fucking 2026, who's dressed like a fucking character from a 60s TV show on purpose, who is one of the most menacing characters, like just memorable across the board. I mean, this guy really pulled a lot of shit out of his ass.
Yeah, and I think to be honest with you, we need more witches in horror movies. I think we lack the idea of just witches. Creep me the fuck out. The fact that could have potentially been a thing, could potentially still be a thing as far as witchcraft. We need to utilize witches more. I think in horror movies, man, we're really lacking in that sense. I can only name like a handful that's come out and since Blair Witch. Really, I mean, it's the Witch. Yeah. What else do we have? We have not many. Yeah,
not many. Rams fan. Yeah, we were talking about the new Avatar. I don't think any of us are fucking with the newer ones. I don't know how they're making this kind of money. I just find them very boring and silly. Like, I don't know. Like, I just can't get into it at all. But Weapons clearly was I think the horror movie of the year. A lot of people would say Sinners. I've said this on Blue in the Face. I like Sinners on a movie level, not on a horror level. That's why I didn't put it in this list. But I think Weapons. It was just it was just too good. It was just too good, guys. Right? It was just too good.
Yeah, and like you said, my top 3 probably could have been interchangeable, but to me, it hit enough. Like, the performances were really good, the composition was really good in Bring Her Back, writing was really good, but there was something about the pacing and the timing and the rhythm of Weapons.
Oh yeah, the build was great.
Yeah, and I think to me that was it. And to your point about needing more witches, think about where we're at in society with technology. Technology has taken like mysticism out of fucking everything. Like, God is dead, magic is dead. Like, there's none of that shit. But what if it still exists out there? And I think as things ebb and flow, I think you may see more magical witchcraft type of movies.
Oh yeah, I think that this is going to be a green light for modern witchcraft movies. They tried to bring the craft back, but they did that with a 2020 lens, and everyone said, "Ew, no, thank you." But Shah, I think we will see more witch movies tonight. More witch movies down the road. And I think it'll be modern witchcraft.
Yeah, see, I don't want the modern shit. I don't want a bunch of like Hot Topic, bitches putting like their
but a modern like a woman it could be 200, she could be 50, but she's fucking a witch, and she's sustaining her life by taking other people's. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean more so like along the lines of The Craft. Those are not the type of witchcraft movies I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want the creepy old like bitch in the woods. That's what I want. So hopefully we get some more though. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, Don Stoney said witches be crazy. Bisho, do you have everybody's top 10 to recap?
I do. Let me see if I can share these.
Yeah, start. So we could give her, and then what we'll do a little post-mortem on the wrap-up show in a moment.
All right. So Shaheen, number 10 was Frankenstein. Number 9 was Toxic Avenger. Number 8 was Nosferatu. Number 7 was 28 Years Later. Was that the Bone Temple?
No, 28 Years Later. You got it. Bone Temple is the one coming out next year, yeah.
Okay, that's right. 6, Final Destination Bloodlines.
That was great.
5, Ugly Stepsister. 4, The Long Walk. 3, Together. 2, Bring Her Back. Number 1 is Weapons.
Wow, that's a banging list. That's an all-pro list, dude. And Bisho, why don't you run through yours there for the people on the air there?
All right, from 10 to 1, we have Sinners, Ash, Final Destination Bloodlines, Frankenstein, Nosferatu, Companion, Together, Ugly Stepsister, Bring Her Back, and Weapons.
All right. And again, a lot of bangers on that list. Ugly Stepsister getting the love in this show. And I like that our bottom fives are so diverse. And B show for Emmanuel Rojas. He's joining us a little late there. You could bring out my 10.
All right. We have Toxic Avenger at number 10, followed by Frankenstein. Together, 28 years later, Ugly Stepsister, The Rule of Jenny Penn, Keeper, The Long Walk, Bring Her Back, and Weapons.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird that, that top three was, I 1 and 2. Our top 2 and 3 was so similar. But those bottom fives, I think, are where, a lot of sleeper picks are going for us. But Weapons with the clean sweep, we kind of knew it for sure. I actually had Bring Her Back slightly above Weapons, but I rewatched Weapons. And I was like, wow, yeah, this is the best. Now, we will be getting in the postmortem a little bit some stuff that would have made a cut in the top 15 situation. I have a lot to answer for because I saw a lot more movies than these guys did. And a lot of people were looking for some very specific picks. I'm going to address this on the post. But we're going to head over there now, let you guys get on with your little holiday shopping there and so forth. This is Tuesday, so I don't know. Rich Dow, he's going to go live tonight, right?
I know he changed a while back.
He can let us know.
I forget.
Yeah, he can let us know. And, of course, we got a good Cheating Death podcast with a good friend, Cleric Chaos. Necromaniacs has their top 6. I purposely wanted to wait till we did ours before I listened to theirs. So I didn't listen to it, so I'm going to listen to it this week. And, of course, the Wrestling Soup. You got to check out the Soup, of course. And, of course, we got, what's his face? Drew Yari Experience. Give him a little shout out there. Rich is going live at 10:05. Okay.
There you go.
I didn't know if he was going live tonight or not.
Also, the Minorities Report, Chris Matthews and Dirk, they just launched the show too.
Oh, that's right. That's that new show? Is that right?
Yep, I think there are 4 episodes deep, maybe.
Okay. With the Minorities Report? Is that like a Don Tony tribute?
Cool. Yeah.
Yep. Oh. Something like that.
It's a tribute to DT. Whatchamacallit? Yeah,
the movie.
So listen, or the movie. We're going to head on out. We're going to head on over to the old Patreon. We're going to be back next Tuesday with the upcoming holiday. And then we're going to get a link up next week, probably for the January Q&A. We'll be going back to that. Shah had a very interesting live show today that cannot be retconned, so he's going to be redoing his Patreon. And then B-Show is going to do another one before the end of the year. So please consider going to patreon.com/spitballmedia. Oh, Fatty1977 says Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Fatty.
Fatty1977. And please consider going to patreon.com/spitballmedia. If you're looking for a last-minute gift, this is the one to give. It's only $5. You can put it in someone's stocking. I am home for the holidays. And I'm happy to be back. I just got back from a little vacation, and I'm happy to be in my house for Christmas with my kids and my wife and my dog. In no particular order. They're all important. But I want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas if Christmas is on your list. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I just hope you have a couple of good days off. Do something good for yourself. Thank you guys for such an awesome year all around. Shah, you want to say any holiday wishes to these cats before you head over to Patreon?
No, just Merry Christmas. Enjoy your time off. Relax a little bit. I'm off till the 5th, so nice. I'm going to do nothing but chill and watch movies and do some shit that I like. So treat yourself. Do some self-care. Do some shit that you like. Hey, man, if you want to go beat off your dick, do that. Go jerk one out if you got it. Hey man,
jerking it. I recommend it.
Want to take a shot? Take a shot. I don't know. Whatever floats.
Watch some movies. Hang out. B-Show. A little holiday message for the family here on the air.
Hey man, we appreciate everything. We appreciate the support. Everyone hanging with us. A lot of you have been with us since day one. So It's a pleasure, to spend this time with you, and that you guys would choose to spend some of this time, especially so close to the holidays, with us.
Yeah.
And just remember, for your own friends and family, this can be a very stressful time of year. Just don't lose sight of the fact of what it's about, and just try to enjoy it the best you can.
Yeah, for sure. And thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. We're going to see you next Tuesday. We're going to just recap the whole year next week at entertainment. Might cover some interesting trailers came out that definitely want to try to squeeze in if we can next week. But have a great Christmas. Be safe. Please don't drink and drive. That's what Uber is for. And we'll see you next week. Merry Christmas.
Peace.